pray. Shalom. First of all, I'm going to start this lesson off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are firmly pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and shalom to all the sincere believers. Now, this lesson is going to be a quick one just based on this article. So, through the Spirit, I'm going to read this article, get some precepts, and Lord's will, you're edified. It says, severe weather threat possible Wednesday. It says, we are under a level 1 marginal risk and level 2 slight risk for severe weather Wednesday evening and Wednesday night. And apparently this is for New Orleans. It says, a cold front will make its way through Louisiana on Wednesday afternoon. Ahead of this, southeast Louisiana will begin to see storms pop up as higher humidity moves into the region from the Gulf. Highs Wednesday should warm up into the 80s once again if midday showers clear in time to allow enough sunshine to shine through. A combination of high humidity, warm temperatures, and a strong cold front will increase our risk for severe storms by Wednesday evening. Here are the takeaways. Storm timing looks to generally be between 3 p.m. and 11 p.m. The greatest risk for possible severe weather will come from heavy rain. However, severe winds over 58 miles per hour and an isolated weak tornado can't be ruled out either. So just more judgment from the Lord upon these cities. Isaiah 29:6, thou shalt be visited of the Lord Yahweh of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise. The storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. And that's what the Lord is doing. He's been sending rounds and rounds and rounds of storms upon these different cities. Some more severe than others. Some causing flooding. Some causing power outages. Some causing school closures and road closures. And this is just yet another sign of the times, the increase of these storms and tempests. Psalms 83:14, as the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. Verse 15, so persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. And the Heavenly Father, He's been doing that. He's been dishing out these storms and tempests upon these cities, resulting in, the governors of these different cities having to declare states of emergencies or whatever it is that they have to do, to get the funding, just in case these storms and tempests are powerful enough to cause a bunch of destruction that will then have to get cleaned up. They're constantly telling people stay off the roads, make sure that you have flashlights, make sure that you have food and water, maybe a generator, just in case the power goes out. But we've seen what these storms can do. People having, weeks long power outages, trees falling onto the roads, onto people's cars, onto people's homes. The siding and the roof of people's homes getting torn off. Creeks and rivers and streams overflowing, resulting in flooding in certain areas. People have died because of these storms. People get into car crashes because of these storms. It gets very, very dangerous when the Lord unleashes these storms and tempests. But this is all the Lord's judgment. Everything that results from these storms and tempests is the punishment of the Lord upon these cities and upon these people. And that's why brothers are constantly saying that we have to stay prayed up, because we know that these are the storms and tempests of the Heavenly Father. So He's the one who decides where these storms are going to hit, how hard they're going to get hit, and who's going to be affected by them. So staying prayed up and, constantly just being circumspect and being prepared as best as you can for these events is the best thing that we can do, because that's the advantage, one of the advantages that those of us of the hopeful elect have over everybody else, is that the Lord has placed a circumspect spirit on us. He has given us the ability to know His true name and His only begotten Son's name. So we can call upon those names and ask for, protection and guidance. Whereas these simple-minded, wicked people that the Lord is not dealing with cannot do that. Like it says in 1 Peter 3:12, for the eyes of the Lord are over the righteous, and His ears are open unto their prayers, but the face of the Lord is against them that do evil. So if those of us of the hopeful elect are the righteous in the eyes of the Lord, He's going to hear our prayers when we ask that He keeps His hedge of protection over us and our loved ones and our fellow brothers and sisters and their loved ones as well. Because best believe, just like with every other judgment, these storms and tempests are going to get more severe, more destructive, more deadly, because that's the time and season that we're in. We're in the last days, and we're in the days of vengeance. We're in the days where the Lord is going to increase His judgments and His wrath upon this earth. So we are definitely going to need the Lord's hedge of protection over us. And these storms and tempests that we see are just a prelude to what the Lord is going to unleash upon this earth in these last days. Even with the flooding and the small level of destruction that some of these storms and tempests bring, it's still just a prelude. Those of us of the hopeful elect, we know things are going to get so much worse out here. And through the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we're preparing for it. Meanwhile, these wicked people, they're still focused on the Super Bowl and just a whole bunch of, Valentine's Day and a whole bunch of other carnal nonsense. And that's why in Proverbs 22:3, it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Majority of these people, they're simple. They're focused on all the wrong things. Meanwhile, the Lord is turning up His judgments upon the earth daily. And that's why it's no surprise to us when these wicked people get caught off guard because they were never paying attention to begin with, even though the men of the Lord, first and foremost, and these meteorologists have been warning of these impending storms and tempests and fires and earthquakes because we're the only ones paying attention. But like it says in Ezekiel 33 and 33, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. And that's right, as everything just continues to get worse, more people are going to be forced to acknowledge the men of the Lord, whom they've been disregarding, ignoring, mocking, scoffing, and scorning. The Lord is going to force those people to acknowledge, like, hey, the very ones you were ignoring were the very ones who were telling you the truth the whole time. And these people, they're going to have that realization right before the Lord kills them for being for being rebellious. But at the end of the day, we all reap what we sow. So for all the sincere brothers and sisters, just continue to reap righteous things, or continue to sow righteous things, and you will reap righteous things. And these wicked people who continue to sow wickedness are going to continue to reap the wrath of the Heavenly Father. And some of that will come in the form of these storms and tempests. So with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. In closing, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakudash, the Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Honors to all the brothers who are fervently pushing the word in sincerity and in faith, and shalom to all the sincere believers. Hope you stay strong, stay safe, stay fervent, stay circumspect, stay prayed up. Adawan Ratazah. Till next time, shalom.